Well, my daddy left when I was 3, and he didn't leave much for Ma and me, just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now, I don't blame him because he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he would name me Sue. Well, I must have thought it was quite a joke, and it got a lot of laughs from lots of folks. It seemed I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal would be giggle and I'd get red. Some guy would laugh and I'd bust his head. I'd say life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard, my wits got keen. I roamed from town to town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and stars that I'd search the honky-tonks and bars and kill that man that gave me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July. I just hit town and my throat was dry. I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. Well, there on a saloon on a street of mud, there at a table, dealing stud, sat that dirty mangy dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my own sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mother had. I knew that that scar on his cheek had his evil eye. Well, he was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "Hey, my name's Sue. How you do? You do. Now you're gonna die." Yeah, that's what I told him. Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, he came up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. But I busted a chair right across his teeth, and we crashed to the wall and into the street, kicking in a gouge with mud and blood and the beer. Now I tell you, I fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and bit like a crocodile. Well, I heard him yell and then I heard him cuss, and he went for his gun and I pulled mine first, and he stood there looking at me and I saw him smile. He said, "Son, this world's gonna be rough, and a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough." I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I give you that name and I said goodbye, and I knew you had to get tough or die. And it's that name that'll make you strong. He said, "Now you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your guts and the spit in your eye, 'cause I'm the son of a gun that named you Sue." Yeah, what could I do? Well, what could I do? I got all choked up and I threw down my gun and I called him my pa and he called me a son, and I came away with a different point of view. And I think about him every now and then, every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever had a son, I think I'm gonna name him Justin or Johnny or anything but Sue. I still hate that name. That was really good, son. All right, well, my gun.